relatively relaxed and perfectly at peace. We have a very interesting question from Gag, which is basically, Gag, is that right? Is essentially, why are the animals so relaxed with our presence on the vehicle, and yet if we were to get out and walk around, they would be the first to dash off, and the impala would be a perfect example of this. If I were to get out of the car now and walk towards them, they would be on their way very rapidly. The answer lies in instinctive responses to our shape. We are, to them, on our two legs, hundreds of thousands of years worth of evolution that says, uh-oh, that thing is going to hunt me. The same reason why they alarm call when they see a lion or a leopard, particularly displaying predatory behavior, which we do automatically through instinct when we walk on two legs. But in cars, the vehicles driving around this area have only been around for the last 100 or so years. That's pushing it. Let's say the last 70. The first civilian-driven game drives around the Kruger National Park would have been around the 1930s. That's when most of the cars started arriving. So you don't have that evolutionary instinct that says that vehicles are dangerous. Now, there's a lot of people that will tell you that the impala, when they look at us now in the vehicle, are seeing only the shape of the vehicle and that they don't identify individual people within it. To me, that's not true. I have seen animals of every species being herded by the male. Shame, Impala's having a rough time of it at the moment. I have seen every single animal out here look at me as an individual person. They know that people are on the back. It's just that they don't have that instinct, because for the most part they are not hunted from vehicles, certainly not in this area, and their ancestors haven't been either. They've become accustomed to vehicles. Of course, every single animal that we see in the Sabi sands has grown up with vehicles driving around it. Oh, big stretch there. And thus there is no need to feel afraid of us. And we're so fortunate, and it is so essential. It's not the same everywhere. That is why we're so lucky to be here in the Sabi sands, because the animals have been treated with respect for many, many years, and there's a great culture of ethical tourism out here. And what that means is that in turn they have become nice and relaxed around vehicles, which is essentially one of the basic parts of, or basic principles of conservation, because the more relaxed the animals, the more the tourists want to come and see them, and the more the tourists bring money that can then be put towards conservation of the future of this area and the animals themselves. So the habituation process is one that is absolutely essential. But every now and again, you will find an animal, whether it be an elephant or a buffalo or a leopard, Gajima for example, that has spent less time with vehicles and is in fact very nervous. And it's all a part of not taking it for granted. So every time we drive up to an animal sighting, yes, if we know the animal, we know how to approach it, but at the same time, something might be happening in that animal's day that we don't know about. So it's all a very gradual process of reading an animal's body language when you approach it.